Just 30 minutes. That's all it takes to begin shifting your entire reality. Not hours of struggle, not years of waiting, just a focused moment where your inner world takes control. And when you use these minutes the right way, what once felt distant starts moving toward you faster than you ever imagined. Every day, people spend hours thinking, worrying, doubting, and reacting to life without realizing the power hidden in their attention. Your mind is constantly active, but most of that activity is unintentional. It is shaped by fear, past experiences, and what you see around you. But when you take just 30 minutes and direct your mind with purpose, something powerful begins to happen. You step out of randomness and into creation. You stop being controlled by circumstances and start influencing them. These 30 minutes are not ordinary. They are where you plant the seeds of your future. And what you consistently plant will eventually grow into your reality. During these moments, you are not thinking about your desire, you are experiencing it. There is a difference. Thinking about something keeps it distant, but experiencing it brings it close. You begin to imagine your life as if the relationship you desire is already real. You feel the emotions, the connection, the comfort, and the certainty. You don't force it, you allow it. You let your mind create a scene that feels natural and complete. And as you repeat this daily, your mind starts accepting it as truth. This acceptance becomes the foundation of everything that follows. At first, it may feel unfamiliar. Your mind might try to pull you back into doubt or remind you of your current situation. But this is where consistency matters. You return to that inner experience every day, regardless of what you see outside. You train your mind to focus on what you want instead of what is missing. And slowly, that new focus becomes your dominant state. You begin to think differently, feel differently, and respond differently. This internal shift is not visible immediately, but it is deeply powerful. Because once your inner state changes, your outer world must eventually reflect it. These 30 minutes also become a space of peace for you, a space where you are not reacting to the world but creating within it. You disconnect from noise, distractions, and negativity. You give your mind clarity and direction. And in that quiet focus, your belief starts to grow stronger. You are no longer influenced by what others say or think. You are building something personal, something real, something aligned with your desire. This daily practice becomes your anchor. It keeps you steady even when life feels uncertain. As days pass, you start noticing subtle changes. Your thoughts become more positive without effort. You feel less anxious about your future. You carry a sense of calm confidence within you. You are no longer desperate for things to happen quickly. Instead, you trust that they are already unfolding. This emotional shift is one of the strongest signs of alignment, because when you feel secure within, you remove resistance. And when resistance disappears, things begin to move smoothly. You may also notice changes in your behavior. You become more natural, more relaxed, more authentic. You are not trying to impress anyone or force connections. You are simply being yourself. This authenticity attracts people in a different way. It creates genuine connections instead of forced ones. You are no longer chasing, you are allowing. And this change in energy is what brings the right person closer to you, not through effort, but through alignment. There will be moments when you feel like nothing is happening. Days when your mind feels distracted or your belief feels weak. But this is part of the process. You don't stop, you continue. Because every time you return to those 30 minutes, you are strengthening your new reality. You are reinforcing the belief that what you desire is already yours. And with each repetition, it becomes more natural, more real, more certain. You are not just imagining, you are becoming. Over time, this inner practice starts reflecting in your outer life. Opportunities appear, conversations shift, and connections begin to form. Things that once felt impossible start becoming possible. And it doesn't feel forced, it feels natural. Like everything is falling into place at the right time. This is alignment. This is the result of consistent inner work. It is not luck, and it is not coincidence. It is the effect of what you have been doing daily within yourself. What makes this practice so powerful is its simplicity. It doesn't require anything outside of you. No special tools, no complicated methods, just your focus, your imagination, and your consistency. Anyone can do it, but very few stay consistent with it. And that is where the difference is made. Those who commit to these 30 minutes every day begin to see results that others cannot explain. Because they are not relying on the outside, they are building from the inside. And one day, you realize something has changed completely. The feeling you once practiced for 30 minutes now stays with you throughout the day. It becomes your natural state. You don't need to sit and imagine anymore, you are living it. And shortly after, your outer world begins to match it fully. The relationship appears, the connection deepens, and the desire becomes reality. People may see it as sudden, unexpected, even surprising. But for you, it feels familiar, because you have already lived it within. So give yourself these 30 minutes every day, not as a task, but as a commitment to your future. Use them to step into the reality you want, to feel it, to believe it, and to become it. Because what you consistently experience within will eventually appear outside. Stay patient, stay consistent, and stay focused. Because those 30 minutes are not just changing your thoughts, they are aligning your entire life. A small portion of your day, when used with intention, can create a powerful shift within you. It is not about how long you focus, but how deeply you direct your mind. Most of the day is spent reacting without awareness. But these few minutes are different. Here, you take control of your thoughts instead of letting them control you. You begin to guide your attention toward what you truly want. This focused time becomes more valuable than hours of scattered thinking. It brings clarity where there was confusion before. You start feeling more connected to your desire. Your mind becomes calmer and more directed. This consistency builds a new mental habit. You are no longer lost in random thoughts. You are creating something with purpose. And over time, this small daily effort leads to a powerful transformation. There is a clear difference between thinking about something and actually feeling it as real. When you only think, the desire stays outside of you. But when you feel it deeply, it becomes part of your inner experience. You begin to imagine moments that feel natural and complete. These moments create emotions that your mind starts recognizing as real. You are not forcing anything, you are allowing yourself to experience it. This feeling brings your desire closer to you. It removes the sense of distance that once existed. You start believing in it without effort. Your imagination becomes more vivid and meaningful. You feel connected to what you want instead of separated from it. This shift changes your entire perspective. And once you feel it as real, your mind begins to accept it fully. Repeating the same inner experience daily starts changing how your mind works. At first, it may feel like effort, but over time it becomes natural. Your thoughts begin to follow a new pattern. You are no longer dominated by doubt or uncertainty. Instead, your mind starts supporting your desire. This repetition builds familiarity. What once felt impossible starts feeling normal. You train your mind to stay aligned with what you want. Doubts lose their strength because your focus is stronger. This consistency creates a stable belief system. You don't have to force yourself to believe anymore. It happens automatically. Your mind accepts the new reality as truth. And once it becomes your truth, everything begins to shift accordingly. A sense of calm begins to replace the tension you once felt. You are no longer anxious about when things will happen. Instead, you feel at peace with the process. This peace is not passive, it is powerful. It shows that you trust what is coming. You stop resisting your current situation. You stop fighting against time. This acceptance creates space for change. Your thoughts become softer and more stable. You are not reacting emotionally to every situation. You maintain your inner balance. This calm energy allows things to flow naturally. It removes the pressure you once carried. And when pressure disappears, alignment begins to happen effortlessly. Your energy starts shifting in a noticeable way. You are no longer trying to force things to happen. You are no longer chasing outcomes or seeking validation. Instead, you allow things to come to you. This shift changes how people respond to you. You become more attractive without trying. Your presence feels relaxed and confident. You are not driven by fear anymore. You trust that what you want is already moving toward you. This trust reflects in your actions. You behave more naturally and authentically. You don't feel the need to impress anyone. This creates genuine connections. And these connections form without effort because your energy is aligned. There will be times when nothing seems to change in your outer world. It may feel like your efforts are not working, but beneath the surface, something is building. Your inner repetition is creating a foundation. Each day you continue, you strengthen that foundation. You are not wasting time, you are preparing for results. Your patience becomes part of the process. You understand that real change takes time to appear. This understanding keeps you consistent. You don't give up when things feel slow. You stay focused on your inner work. This persistence makes your belief stronger. And eventually, what you have been building internally starts showing externally. What you practice daily begins to feel natural over time. It is no longer something you have to remind yourself to do. It becomes part of who you are. Your thoughts, feelings, and actions start aligning with your desire. You don't have to force anything anymore. It flows naturally from within you. This new state becomes your normal way of being. You carry it with you throughout the day. You feel it even when you are not consciously thinking about it. This is when real transformation happens. Your inner world has fully accepted your desire. And once that happens, your outer world begins to reflect it completely.